Hey there, welcome to Monday Move where we enhance your asana. Today we are working with one of the first basic arm balances in yoga, Vasisthasana or side plank. So we'll go over some alignment cues to really make you strong in your body and safe in your practice, along as some variations if the full expression of side plank is not in your practice yet, I will show you some other variations that you can implement. So let's come onto the mat and start enhancing our asana. All right, so with side plank, we are weight bearing on our hands. So one thing I want to first talk about is how to properly bear weight on your hand, especially with one arm, because then when we're two hands, the shoulders are a little bit more stable. But once we start to get onto one hand, the supported shoulder really has to be strong. And so a lot of times, um, I see students not really lock that upper arm bone into the socket by externally rotating the arm. So whenever we come into a side plank or one-armed version of any pose, really think about taking the crease of your elbow, where your elbow bends in, and really rolling it out so it's kind of facing out with the thumb and pointer finger, okay? So even if you do that right now on both hands and really start to externally rotate your arm bone so the crease faces forward, you'll feel that engagement all the way through here, right? So once we come on to one arm and we lift the other, that external rotation is going to help stabilize that shoulder joint. All right, so that's one alignment cue that I really want you to keep in the back of your mind as we work through side plank. And with the hand, make sure it's not cupcaking up. Make sure all your root knuckles are down. So think of a diameter. So we want the full diameter of your hands plus your fingers. The wider your hands is down onto the mat, the more weight is distributed, so it's not all being pressed into your wrist joint. So the full diameter of your hand is pressing down into the mat. Your elbow is rolling out to help lock the arm bone in the shoulder girdle. And now, like if we were in a tabletop position, all right, let's take a step back here. Now we got the arm positioning that I want you to have. Let's take our right foot back. We're going to plant our right heel down and then just look back to make and to see if the foot's in line with your left shin and your left shin's in line with your left hand. Okay. If for balance reasons you need to shift the left shin back slightly, you can definitely go ahead and do so. But now lift your right arm up to the sky. All right. So think of hand and elbow. So this is the first variation of side plank there is. Very great for beginners to feel the length of the side body, but also to get the strength. So I'm not just sitting here with my legs relaxed and letting all my weight sink down into the floor. I'm pressing firmly through the floor with my left hand and my right foot, and my left knee is almost hovering up off the ground. So it's an active pose. Another variation, a little bit more, I would say the next level up would be, it's easiest to come in from down dog. So if you're in down dog, you bring your shoulders slightly forward. You take your left hand slightly forward. Now we're going to step our right foot about halfway towards our right hand. Feels a little awkward right now. But now we're going to spin all 10 toes, our right toes and our left toes, out to the right 90 degrees. So we come onto the knife's edge of our bottom leg, my left leg, and my right toes, all toes are facing the long edge of my mat. So now the bottom leg is straight and we're being held up by our top leg. Again, this is, I feel a little bit more weight bearing on the base arm. So again, it's a little bit of an advanced level from the first option I gave you. All right, and then we can come down. Take a moment, and then for the full expression of Vasisthasana, side plank, You can come into down dog. Okay. On an inhale, let's roll ourselves into plank pose. Start to roll onto the outside of your left foot, inside of your right foot, and now extend your right arm to the sky. Maybe stack your feet here. But if your butt's sticking out, try and bring your butt in line with your hands and feet. Scoop up your lower belly and squeeze your inner thighs together as you press your bottom hip up to bring a nice arc into your body. Inhale. Exhale, right hand touches down, down dog. Let's do the left side. I'll be facing away from you when I come into it. Inhale, plank. As you lift your left arm, roll onto the outside of the right foot, inside of the left foot. Left arm to sky. Elbow, hand of the base arm. Take your glute muscles down the back of your legs to get your hips in line. Lift your lower belly. Maybe stack your feet. Squeeze your kneecaps, inner thighs together. Lift your hips as high as you possibly can. One more inhale. Exhale, left hand touches down. Down dog. Then come onto your knees. Nice. So those are the 3 progressions that I would say are your ways to build up to side plank pose. So remember, the hand fully down. Don't let the knuckles pop up off the ground. So plant them firmly onto the ground. Roll your base elbow out away from the body to lock your upper arm bone in. Once you are in the pose, make sure everything's in line. So we don't want this. We're looking for this. So pull your hips in line, lift your belly, squeeze your legs together. Once you're there, lift those hips as high as you can, and you got the pose. Try it out. Let me know how it goes. Maybe send me a pic. And if there's any adjustments that I would suggest, I will definitely give them back to you. So enjoy. I'll see you next week. Namaste.